Good morning, YouTube. This is Man on the Radio George page. Comes to you live on YouTube. Well, I'm doing another birthday acknowledgement, and this is for a lady that is a legend in the from TV to movies. I mean, a lot of you who grew up, in the 70s. I was born in 74. So, most of the stuff I didn't see till I got older. And because I couldn't see it because it was a bit restrictive. And this is one Miss Pamela Suzette Grier, or best known shortly, Pam Grier. And, most of you might know her from mostly from the classic action flicks of the 70s, such as Coffee, Foxy Brown, Sheba Baby, Friday Foster. I mean, the list goes on and on of her film credits. But like I said, she when she started a career, she actually started a career a good part as a model. And she had a look to her, a very attractive woman, very sexy. Oh my God, she is a beautiful woman. I mean, just her look was just she just had an exotic look to her. Now about Pam, she was born originally in my home state. She's from Winston Salem, North Carolina, and she's her mother was a homemaker and a nurse. Her father was a mechanic, and he also was served in the United States Air Force, and she also has brother and a sister, and she has a mixed heritage. Being black, Hispanic, a little bit of Asian and some Native American in her bloodline. That's what gives us that exotic look to her. Now, she started her career, as a mama said, but she did quite a few movies, and she did some small bit movies here and there with small roles, like Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, in around the first of the 70s. Then the Big Doll House and Women in Cages was a prison flick. Guys like prison flicks. But then really her career really hit when she did the movie Coffee, which was about uh pretty much about a prostitute, one of the prostitutes was, and she, it was about, I think, I remember the movie, somewhat of it, she was, it was, we was very popular, she was vigilante, I think she was out for justice, drug dealing, whatever, looking revenge for her sister. And then the most notable movie more people might know more for is Foxy Brown. I think Foxy Brown was more of a more iconic more movies. And then she also later on she did the movie Sheena Baby, Sheba Baby, which was another classic movie. And then that same year she did also the movie Friday Foster with the great actor Yavette Koto, in which she was a reporter. And that was a great movie. I've seen that movie quite a bit. And she did quite a, she kept her career a good bit of while. She did quite a few other movies. She also was in a relationship with the actor comedian, you know, uh, uh, Richard Pryor. And her and Richard Pryor met in a movie called Grace Lightning. But she also, her movies accolades were just so extensive. I mean, her and Richard was together for a good while till they broke up eventually. And after a while, her career kind of, took a little stop for a good part of the 70s, and then she picked up in good part of the 80s. She did some small flicks like Apache, Fort Apache in the Bronx, Tough Enough, Stand Alone. But the movie that really I think got her career start back up again was the movie Above the Law with Steven Seagal. Now that was the movie that everybody I think was the premiere movie of the action star Steven Seagal. Now I love that movie. It's a great movie. My sister liked Steven Seagal because when he was younger, he was before he became Fat Elvis. He was tall, long, and he used to love when he wore those tight pants. But now Steven Seagal looks like a martial arts Elvis. And career stuff. Even though a good part of the 80s, she did a few stuff. She did some stuff here and there, some TV shows. She was in Bill and Ted's Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventures in the 90s. She was also did a movie called Class of '99. She was in Escape from L.A. and Mars Attack. But then really her career hit when she started in the movie Jackie Brown which was the one of Quentin Tarantino's acclaimed films, where she played the character Jackie Brown, who was a stewardess doing drug trading. The movie stars Samuel Jackson, Robert De Niro, the late Robert Foster, Steve Foster, a lot of it was a ensemble cast, and it was I think one of those movies that really kind of turned the tide in her career. And then she starred in another movie a couple years ago called Jawbreaker, Into Deep, you know, some series of other movies, you know, some stuff here and there, good part of the 2000s, Ghost of Mars, and also she started she was in the not so clearly acclaimed movie Pluto Nash with Eddie Murphy. People like to forget about Pluto Nash, and she also was on TV shows like The Roots, Miami Vice, Night Court. There was a series called Crime Story. She also played um, Amanda Waller in the Smallville series. You remember Amanda Waller? She's kind of like the head of the secret group, the Suicide Squad, and you know, and she also is on a series called The L Word, which is about she played the sister to the character played by Jennifer Beal, who was a lesbian in a relationship, and she even did some movies here and there, some not too big, not a lot of big box office stuff. She did a little movie with Ed Baker Jr. here, and she even got herself a Hollywood Hall of Fame a few years later. And she did a movie some time ago with a bunch of some actresses. It was a little movie I think called Palms, where it was some old school actresses all got together. And there was also this, some years ago, she was diagnosed with cervical cancer, but she went in a mission, and she's still doing, she's doing well. She's still here. And you know what? I know a lot of you guys who grew up before me, before my time, or guys who grew up like, who remember Pam Grier, how, she had this look to her, just this exotic woman, just attractive, beautiful woman. I mean, and even her career still spanning day with, TV shows like This Is Us and, Blessed to Miss. And she's even has, done some, animation stuff, but Pam Grier is just one of those great actresses. I mean, and just her classic look and her classic beauty is just something that you can never forget. And like I said, today is her 72nd birthday, and I mean, even today, a woman like her, and she's just a legend. Um, her times as a from being an action star to being being just a role model for many young women to know that you can be somebody. You just can't you don't just have to be a pretty face. You have talent and you have skill. So anyway, I just want to wish one Miss Pamela Grier, Pam Grier, Foxy Brown, Coffee, all the names, everything, Jackie Brown, and you're a beautiful woman, you're a great actress, and I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday and many, many more. This is your man on the Red George page. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.